Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So it is Thursday, had the shop to myself all day. Rafa, of course, is off Thursdays and Fridays. And Jacob is actually out of the country right now. He's in Spain for school. I think he'll be back maybe Monday or so. Anyway, so hope he's having a good time over there. But yeah, so kind of a quiet day here. Just had some tunes playing and pretty much focused on the mouse gray bus today. Back to the electrical on it. So let me talk about that here. Got some of the more major electrical components that are remaining, which aren't many, kind of spread out here. So pretty much high-low switch, flasher and emergency flasher relays, and some random wires as yet to go in. It pretty much worked up here in the cab today for the most part, and finished wiring in the dome light switch, which on these I always find it kind of weird. The dome light switch and the wiper switch are kind of wired together. They share a power source from the fuse box. Not really sure why VW did it that way, but that's how they are. Anyway, so wired those up, finished wiring up, or started and finished wiring up the fuel gauge, including its light and everything. And then speaking of lights, so this customer really loves original stuff. Almost everything on this bus is original. And so one such thing is original bulb holders. Wolfsburg West actually makes really nice reproductions of these. They look pretty accurate, but you know, the real stuff is it's cool, and generally speaking, it's made a little bit better than the reproductions. Even the high quality reproductions, you can't really beat original stuff. So kind of cleaned those up, went through them, found out we're one short, so he's actually gonna send me one more from his stash. The speedometer itself takes 6. And then we need one for the clock over there, which I put in it, or excuse me, the fuel gauge over there, which I put in it already. And then we're still short one, which will be for the clock. So when he gets me that, we'll have all the bulb holders. And what else? Yeah, so I did that wiring up in there today. And then I took his turn signal stock, which is an original one, and pulled out the electrical part to have a look at it. And luckily I did, because a couple things. One, it was just kind of dirty and rusty, and then 2 of the wires on it were literally hanging on to the little circuit board in there that they solder onto by like maybe 3 or 4 strands of wire. So cut those off, cleaned them up, and then resoldered those 2. So should have good solid connections now. Cleaned the whole mechanism, got it working real smooth, lubricated it, and put it back together, and then stuck it on the column here so we can start wiring it up. And let's see. Other thing that I did is his, oh, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So the other thing I did was restore his wiper assembly here. So a few things here going on. One was that the motor, hooked it up to a 6-volt battery and it didn't work, didn't even budge. So pulled it apart, and it pretty much just needed to be cleaned. Where the brushes make contact on the rotor in there was all, I don't know, had like grease or something all over it, and just wasn't really making connection. So pretty much just cleaned it. And then the other thing with these is the, I guess it's the I don't know my electrical motor terms, commutator, the thing that spins in there with all the wires wrapped around it. The grease, I guess, that Volkswagen used on those where it rides on the shaft, that grease gets like hard as a rock over time. And so a lot of times with these motors, even if you get them to spin, they spin really, really slow. So usually what I do is I pull that thing out and then clean all that old hard stiff grease off the shaft and everything down in there, and then assemble it with fresh grease. And then they usually after that they spin really nice. So yeah, I had the whole motor apart internally here and took care of that, got it working really nice. Steel wool up the cover a little bit here, repainted the base, which was actually in pretty decent condition, but it had some rust on it. The wire clip had a lot of rust on it, so I wire brushed it down and then blackened it, put a new little sleeve on it. The arms were pretty nice, but did have some rust on them, so cleaned those up, wire brushed them, and shot a little clear coat on them just to kind of preserve them. So they're original, not reproduction, so that's cool. Again, this guy really likes his original stuff, so even original parts with a little patina on them are still cooler than new shiny parts. The other thing was, and I haven't seen these too often, is his original wiper shafts. And these things, they were completely frozen. In other words, this would not rotate on there at all, like not even close. And so I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner for probably about half an hour total, and I think that probably helped out quite a bit. And then what I ended up doing is taking a torch and applying some heat to this brass part here, and then finally I got them to turn, and then I was able to disassemble and pull the shafts off and clean the shafts up and lubricate them and basically get them all restored and ready to go. The shafts on them are a little bit chewed up, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Once you lock the wiper arms onto them, then you know, it shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, these are really cool. Again, a lot cooler than the reproductions from Wolfsburg West, which look almost nothing like this. So it's really cool to have the actual original ones on there. So yeah, went and restored those too. I think that's pretty much what I did today. I was going to take the Cowlick car for a drive and put some miles on it on the road as its first road test today, but it was actually raining here this morning, which was a bit of a surprise. So I may tomorrow morning take 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 cars out for a road test. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not making any promises, but be sure to watch the episode tomorrow night, and maybe I'll have some video footage as well in addition to tomorrow's episode with driving some of these cars. This bus again, back with a non-leaky motor, hopefully. So I need to put some more miles on it, and it should be good. It was good before. It should be even better now that it doesn't leak. And then Blue Buggy pretty much needs some miles on it on the road. I've only given it a parking lot test, and then likewise the Cowlick car needs some road miles on it. So we'll see. Maybe that'll happen tomorrow. Seems like a kind of good thing to do on a Friday. But as for today, guys, that is it. A little bit of a short episode here because pretty much just focused on wiring and restoring electrical components here on the Mouse Gray. So I got nothing else to talk about. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.